So how was Project Revolution?
Well, it was fun. It was nice. Everything worked out, but, you know, it was good and kind of boring at the same time.
Was that your first big festival run to the U.S.?
It was.
Yeah.
And not too fun. You know, all the artists were great, and, you know, the technical aspect was fun, but it's, I guess, for me personally, it wasn't too interesting to, you know, travel about 500 miles a day just to be able to play 40 minutes in the sunlight.
Yeah, that's got to be kind of strange.
It's weird for our band, yeah, because, you know, we haven't been really doing any support tours ever. And we tried to avoid playing outdoors in the sunlight because, you know, it easily drains out some of the kind of like mood and melancholy magic that we guess, well, I guess that what we have in our music, so it lacks a certain element, you know, a certain mood, which is obviously then when we play our club tour, you know, starting halfway through October now, so I'm kind of like excited now that we're doing our own gig stuff and, you know, we can play a bit longer and all that.
Well, I think that, too, that you guys have a whole aesthetic that a lot of bands don't have these days, and I think in some ways it's just having, like, playing in the darker clubs with your own stage setting, everything, it really does enhance the show.
Well, yeah, and, you know, that's the way how we started out, and that's the way it's supposed to be, I guess, and, you know, we can do fairly big venues, and you can still maintain the intimacy, that's not a problem, but, playing in the, you know, in a lot of sun, and, you know, having a lot of kids wearing their Linkin Park t-shirts, not necessarily how I'd like to spend my month and a half.
No,
and also we had a lot of days off, you know, so we were like, we did like 2 gigs in a row, then a day off, 2 gigs in a row, a day off, so there was like a lot of spare time to kill, and that was the boring part. The actual playing was fun, waiting for the gigs to happen, that's fun, but, you know, we didn't do a lot of promotion, I don't know why, so there was nothing to do, basically, but to watch fucking the first season of Heroes on DVD and the fucking tour bus.
Yeah, that's, I mean, I've heard a lot of the summer festivals, I mean, they can be cool, but it just, I think it gets to be too much, too, with how hot it gets out here, too.
Well, the heat was fun, I guess, because that was something new. I like it when it's sweaty and when it's really moist, and that's good for the vocal cords as well, rather than, you know, singing in a really dry, AC'd up club. But, you know, I can't complain. It was just something new for us, and I was kind of like, you know, it's just it lasted for way too long. And before that, we played a few opening up slots with Metallica. So in Europe, we did a couple of stadiums in Europe. So I was on last day for a bit longer than actually that. Project Red was just the last stretch of it, and playing that many gigs, like 30 gigs in the daylight, it just, you know, I guess we are sonic vampires, at least drained something out of us.
So how's Metallica? How's that tour?
As those gigs always are, you know, they have their, you know, their home base, and I guess in Denmark, and they flew with a private jet to every gig and then just fucked off. So we had the great opportunity of, I met James Hetfield for about 15 seconds, and Lana said something to me which I couldn't hear because I was wearing my earplugs right before I went onto the stage, so we didn't have any interaction. So,
Wow, tell me.
a lot about, you know, when you're on the tour like that, you know, all bands are really busy, and when you're on that level of Metallica, they don't have to hang around. They don't necessarily want to hang around that much. So you know, it's just waiting, killing time.
So, let's talk about the record. I really think it's amazing, man. It's a big step up.
Well, that's good. That's good. You know, I don't know how big, but, you know, it's a bit different from what we've done before, but obviously, you know, it's not a record we could have done as the first or the second or third record. It has to be the sixth. You know, it's just like, you got to try out different things to find out where your, like, specialities are at. You know, what fits the best. You know, definitely we're not going to do the same album again next time around, so it's going to be something different.
To me, it feels like you guys have that same, you know, that heavy fire that you had with love metal, but it's taken to a different level.
Well, it's more proggy to ourselves, and it's a bit gloomier and doomier. There's a lot more of like a early typo negative influence, and there are a lot more Sabbath and Candlemass and fucking Paradise Lost and Rise Dying Bride, all the good old fucking, you know, early 90s, late 80s kind of doomy bands. We'll listen to that stuff a lot in Monster Magnet and try to put some of the retro right in there, and there's a lot more riffs and, you know, it's more guitar in it, but that was the whole idea behind the album, you know, when we started rehearsing the first songs, and it's just kind of like felt that way naturally that, you know, we're gonna, you know, keep on playing some extra money to go down into the pub and suck in a couple of red wines, and we're just gonna be playing around with the riffs.
To me, it has like almost like a stoner rock vibe.